Hi, my name is Camila. I'm 19 years old. I'm studying in my first year at Sciences Po Poitiers, and I'm going to tell you all a little bit about my experience studying in France. Well, my expectations at first, I was a bit scared, but mostly excited for this new experience because I was going to be living abroad independently by myself without any of my former classmates either. But I think I've leaned a lot more into kind of having a more independent life than I thought I would. I'm living in a apartment alone by myself, and I've actually really liked kind of making a little home out of my apartment. And I've also liked kind of been enjoying the little things in my new college experience and the new ambiance, you could say. Just like taking little walks throughout the town because I am in Poitiers. So it's a little French college town as well. And they have a lot of student life and just a lot of little stores and also cathedrals, little landmarks that you can visit over the weekend. So I've really enjoyed just putting on my music and then taking walks through the town, kind of getting lost in it because it is pretty small and also safe. But I think compared to my expectations, it's definitely exceeded them. My first day of college, it was very exciting. The good thing was that we had a whole week before of kind of orientation week, where we did a bunch of activities with our new classmates, and I really got to kind of find partly my friend group and kind of really see what things I had in common with certain people. But I was also able to kind of reinforce my French as well, just because when I had come in, it was after a summer of not speaking as much French as during the school year. So it really allowed me to kind of get off the rustiness of the French language as well. And but I really liked it, and it was a bunch of introductions as well, but very engaging classes where we started with discussions and debates and stuff like that during the new classes. So I really enjoyed it because those were the types of classes that I was looking forward to. I think studying abroad it's quite a journey. Sometimes you can feel a bit, I guess, distance from the rest of your classmates. But honestly, I kind of see it as me kind of forging my own path and not really adhering to some of the social expectations, at least in the U.S., of going to college in the U.S. and kind of keeping on with that stereotype. I think it really sets me apart from the rest of my former class. But I also think it allows me to kind of do my own thing and grow into the person I'm supposed to be. Just because I think that maybe perhaps going to college with some of your former classmates can sometimes a bit, I guess, retain you from exploring and finding a new friend group. And I think studying abroad has really helped me socially as well, kind of being more extroverted and wanting to be more outgoing and in different languages as well, which really really forces you to try to make new friends and practice as well the language. But I think studying abroad is constantly exciting because it's really different from, I guess, like what you could expect from a school in the U.S. after studying there, high school. And I think you just always have new challenges to overcome, and I'm really excited for the ones that are to come in my future as well. In my experience, I think the most difficult thing about studying in Sciences Po is definitely getting used to taking classes in French, not just taking a French class. For me, it was a big change just because I had never taken an actual course, let alone a semester-long course, just in French, and having homework to do in French, having different essays to do in French. I think for me specifically, apart from just having actual courses and classes and lectures every day in French, it was more getting used to the methodology that they use for different assignments, just because it is very different from the one that I learned, the American one. But I think that it also helped me to arrange my thoughts in a more organized way, just because in the US you have more of an essay, which is a bit more of a broader way to organize a written assessment. But in France, you have two parts to your argumentative essay, and in those parts you have to include subparts as well. So I think even though it has been pretty hard to get used to kind of having a more stricter way to write my writing assessments and any type of homework that I've had, it's really helped me to become more organized in how I arrange my thoughts and also how I speak and try to communicate with others. I think I see myself pursuing something that I'm very passionate about. I'm not quite sure what that is yet, but as a part of my program, I have to do a thesis around a civic program. And I'm very excited to see what types of opportunities I'll be able to find. But I do see myself kind of putting my all into that and perhaps wanting to pursue it through a master's degree and maybe possibly one after that. But I do see myself continuing to study. I think I will most likely want to get into the master's program at Sciences Po de Paris and the PSIA, which is the Paris School of International Affairs. I'm not sure yet what aspect of international affairs I would like to pursue, but I would like to keep studying there and perhaps after that maybe return to the US to continue my studies, or if I do really like it, maybe continue my studies in France. Some recommendations that I would give to people that want to study abroad would be definitely to have a more tangible idea of what you want to do, kind of the area of what your future career is you're planning, just because that is very important to, especially to the European universities, to kind of have students that know, if not exactly what they want to do, kind of the path they want to take. For example, I've always kind of known that I really was attracted to social sciences, which is why Sciences Po was kind of the best choice for me and best option. I would also recommend that they be ready to kind of have a more independent life and not and kind of be ready to live alone or live with roommates, but have more of a collaborative rather than dependent relationship with them. And apart from that, also always be ready for the challenge, but never be deterred by it, just because you are in a new country in which the language is not your maternal language or the language that you've always been speaking for your whole life. It's not something that should stop you from pursuing what you came there for. It's something that should kind of more instill a fire in you and want to make you kind of work hard for that degree or for the future that you want. Because even though your classmates might seem more adept in the classes that you're taking, you are there for a reason, and you will overcome that challenge.